Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Expanse Reaction. This is Road Live, and my name is Matt. And I literally just remembered that somebody wrote shit to me in Patreon being like, yo, you should keep this in mind when watching the final episode. And I remember reading it, but I forgot about it. So I'm gonna read it again. I'll get back to you guys in like a second. Yeah, we're watching the finale for season 5 of The Expanse. Man, this is the final The Expanse episode we're gonna have for a while. It's not the actual end of the show. We're gonna come back to this at some point, but I don't think there's any words on season 6, and I'm not expecting them to be for because I don't think they can even film stuff right now. So it's gonna be a little bit until we get season 6. But yeah, this is the finale for season 5. Yeah, man. What happened last time? So it's weird because this entire season, our main cast hasn't been hanging out at all. Like, Naomi and Holden hung up for like one episode and then they split. And Naomi has been having her own adventure. Holden has been having his own adventure. Amos has been having his own adventure. And Alex has been kind of having his own adventure. And now he's kind of helping Holden through communication with the Naomi thing. So those paths are getting cross, so they're getting close to each other in that regard. Here's the thing, though. Naomi is floating with limited air in a ship that's wired to be a proximity bomb. After she got super fucked up because she jumped into a vacuum. So life hasn't been great for Naomi for the past like I don't know 5 hours or whatever amount of time has been since that happened. Holden, well, everyone heard the sign, the transmission that Naomi is aboard the ship, but that's the trap, and they don't know about that. I just caught like a bug, but then it escaped me again. Holden heard that, and he's like, "We're gonna go save her," and then he sent that transmission to Alex, who's closer, and Alex and Gunny are gonna go towards her. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do with that situation. Naomi. Okay, so at the end of last episode, Naomi like left very ominously. She put on the suit and left the room, and then there was like footsteps, and then the episode ended. But it stayed on those footsteps and nothing happening for enough time that I'm just like, okay, that might be important, but I don't know what that was though. Is it the fact that she left the door open? Or was the door open every time that she left the room? I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember actually. Or is it just the fact that she's going far away so she won't have enough air? Like, because the thing is that they're getting close and she can see that the Razorback is getting close. The screaming Farhawk. I'm sorry. And then I don't know what she's going to do about it. And I mentioned before that I foresee a future where she kills herself in order for people to not get close to her so no one else dies to the proximity bomb. Maybe she had another idea that hopefully won't end up with her death, but we'll see what that is this episode, I assume. So what else is happening? Amos and Clarissa, with help from Eric and his people, as well as some random like maids and butlers, left the Earth on this like rich person shuttle after they fixed it, and I assume they're heading towards Luna. I think that's what they said. So there you go. He might meet up with like Christian or whatever, who's now the president of the Earth again. I assume. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's not yet. Maybe we haven't kicked David past her yet, but that seems to be what was going to happen. Delgado was like, I'm gonna take the fight to Marco, I'm gonna kill him, so he's going to die. What else is happening? I think that pretty much sums it up. Oh, Drummer. So Drummer is playing nice for Marco Inados, but she doesn't want to. But the only reason she is doing that is because her entire family would rather play nice with Marco than to actually stand up against him. So the thing is that then they get the transmission that Naomi is, well, she gets told that Naomi is dead, and they get the transmission of Naomi's ship, and now she's being okay. So her partner, I don't remember her name, but the other like important lady from her family was like, well, actually, we think Naomi might be alive aboard that ship, and Drummer is like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go save her, and then the lady's like, listen, like you can't do that because then we get fucked. And not just you and not just me, but like literally everyone aboard the ship, like our entire family, gets fucked up because Marco sucks. So we're in a situation where you can't really do anything because otherwise you put everyone else's life at risk. And Drummer was having a big comfort from that, but at least she knows Naomi is alive. Though probably not for long. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe Drummer will come in clutch. Hopefully she'll come in clutch. But hopefully nothing bad happens to her. I mean, how much shit can happen in one episode? Let's be honest. Wait, how long was previous episode? Okay, yeah, every episode is like 50 minutes. Okay, I was wondering, like, because sometimes they feel like they're like 39 minutes or some shit like that. I suppose some episodes are like 45. I'm looking at them. But yeah, this final episode is 56 minutes. Oh, I also been told that there's like an after credit scene. So I'm gonna be watching that too. Okay. I think that pretty much sums it up. Oh yeah, I have no idea which show won the poll that will be replacing the Expanse. But if you're watching this, you can go to Patreon and you can check which show that was. Because maybe it was a show that you wanted to watch, and maybe that one won, and maybe we're gonna be watching that next Saturday or today if you become a patron. Anyway, that's enough plug-in. But yeah, I have no idea which show won because that poll hasn't ended for me yet. But you guys will get to know if you head over to that site and you'll see the title. I can tell you that right now, The Boys is winning by like one vote. But by the time this airs, maybe another show would have won. Maybe it was Mr. Robot. Maybe Game of Thrones will make like an insane comeback. Maybe it will be fucking, I don't know, Avatar: The Last Airbender, which currently has 0 votes. Maybe it will be that one. So yeah, we'll see what we do. Okay, I think we're about ready to watch this final episode of The Expanse Season 5. Okay. Yeah, let's go. So, The Expanse, Season 5, Episode 10. Let's go. You pledge your loyalty and the lives of your faction to Marco Inaros. The fact that they showed that dude that is now Marco Inaros' ship and the Bella or whatever. So, I think Drummer is gonna rebel and he's gonna get killed. That one dude in particular.
I want to review the tracking data on the Zemea and any other ship that could have been close enough for a cargo transfer, because I'm just not buying this whole
Sorry, but we got bigger
thing.
fucking fish to fry. Your Martian warships and 3 armed belter ships. They have to belong to Marco and Eros. You don't have to be here to watch it happen.
I don't look away from what I do.
Kamina.
Captain now. Kamina later.
I really want Drummer to just plug that bitch.
They won't let us get away now.
The only reason we're here is because you decided to go after your girlfriend.
I'll accept my level of responsibility, but Marco and Eros killed millions on Earth. He murdered Fred. He started a war. That's why we're here.
Empty your fucking magazines right in their faces.
They wanted a fight. We'll give them one.
And just die in the process? Is this what we're doing?
I'll do it for Fred.
You'll have to go on alone. Get Naomi. We'll buy you every second we can.
We'll get her back, Jim. Go give him hell.
I don't think that's gonna be the end for Hold On. Well, maybe. Because I'm expecting that not to be the case, so maybe it will be the case because I'm not expecting it. But what do we do though? I mean, Kamina, like, Drummer has to come in clutch for us, I think. Drummer has to change her mind and just be like, fuck all y'all. I'm helping my boy. Really need Drummer to come in clutch. Otherwise, I don't see a way out of this. What is she doing? She did a thing. Did that move the ship a little bit? And maybe they can read that as like, don't get close.
Probably a malfunction.
No. No, no, no.
The braking burn will be hellish. We're already juiced to the gills. We could stroke out.
Naomi's on that ship. I'm gonna get her. That's that.
At least one of these skinnies is not an idiot. I know you're pissed about Fred and sucking yourself up in the fight, but leave that skinny shit out of it. Duly noted.
Okay, I like that. They're gonna save the Rosie, but I mean, we can hope they'll save the Rosie.
Don't even twitch. Shut up.
Let's go. Let's go. They shot amongst each other. Drummer might die. Yeah. Let's go! Thank you. Thank you, girl. Oh, she's fucking dead. Let's go. That was sick. Oh, she's... Oh, fuck Dakota. Fuck Dakota.
Nice to
Is that
see
Dakota?
these deltas stab each other in the back instead of last four once.
Okay,
Neither of the
sick.
delta ships are targeting us anymore.
Okay, thank you, drummer.
Holden, this is drama.
Yeah, let's fucking go. We're gonna need to ally with them now. God fucking damn it, Alex. Well, drummer can tell Holden that it was a trap now, though. Drummer can tell that to Holden, and Holden can tell that to Alex, and then we're Gucci. But they also know that Naomi is actually aboard the ship. She's already, like, dying from, like, no oxygen. She's gonna do some other crazy shit again. This is probably gonna be bad. She might die. This is what she's gonna do. Well... Unless they can pick her up before she fucking runs out of oxygen, but like, dude.
Alex, hold on a second.
I almost got a docking approach.
Hold
here.
on!
I need to make this happen.
Something fell off the jet.
Fell off? Like what?
A person.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
What is
Go.
she doing?
Go, go, go. Shut up!
Those are emergency hand signals. I think that one means ship.
Bomb.
And that one?
Explosion. Bomb.
Explosion hazard.
Oh!
Approach.
If you... Yeah. She is close enough to the ship that you can't get her. She's literally just killing herself in order to show them that they're gonna blow up if they get close. I think there's like literally nothing we can do. She's crying. Are they really killing my girl? Oh! Oh! Oh my god. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
Alex, do you copy?
Do you read me?
Oh! Oh! He just had a stroke and died. Okay. Sure. Oh, shit. He just had a stroke and died. Okay. Sure. Sorry, you can't just really... You can't just make that happen halfway through the episode and then just expect me to just move on from it. They're gonna kill the dude that is aboard Marco's ship that was Drummer's family. They're just gonna execute him, film it, and send it to her and be like, this is what happens for your bullshit.
I need to send a message to Jama and I need your help. Please meet me on deck 6.
I need to send a message to Drummer. Boom! Bitch! Fuck you. End of message.
We were betrayed.
You have no feelings on it. What would I?
You turned me into a sociopath after all.
I'm happy to see it.
We heard from Alex's ex. She wants to handle the funeral arrangements.
Yeah, he's just dead. Whoa.
It's a risk we all take with every heartburn.
But it will pile on her guilt of many things that happened because of her. What are you thinking, Bull? Oh, it's drinking from Alex's... Oh, is he your new pilot? Is he the replacement for Alex? Was I right on that one?
Luna makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Amos is already there.
That's like the... Okay, they know about Amos. But that's like the only place we can go.
I didn't play it.
Have you been off?
No, he didn't play it.
I couldn't.
Thank you for the time we were together.
family on the Rosie. It was good.
Oh, and this stinks. No, this bar stinks extra hard.
The people come into our lives and they go out. Families change. It can be hard and sad, but we bear it. As long as we don't shut ourselves off from the new, wonderful things that come, and I know there will be more wonderful things for you. We'll love you, and Amos, and Alex. Take what we had and build on it. In that way, I'll still be there.
I'm so glad she's okay. I would have been so fucked up if she wasn't. Now, how about the drummer stuff? What are we doing now? Yeah, he's... Yeah, of course, they killed him. Marcus sucks.
There was no other way. At least now, we can choose our own path. I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I go with you.
of course he is.
I'm staying here.
Okay, I like that.
There's nowhere any of us can hide from this now. We can still stay together.
No.
Nothing to stay together for.
She feels betrayed. I was gonna make a joke, but I feel like it would ruin the moment. I like that they split. That there's some people that decided I'm sticking to like my morals and fuck Marco, and some people that are like, we have to stay with Marco because it's the only way to survive. And we're gonna finally like have the team meet. I guess not Alex. Alex didn't have a single scene this season that wasn't with like Gunny on the ship. I mean, he did have scenes on like Mars and shit, but like not with any meaningful character. I mean,
It was fun working with you again.
oh, the Rose is back.
Wrong thing now. If you change your mind, I won't.
Oh, I like that. He's determined to that.
I know how close you two were. I'm so sorry.
Why? It's not your fault.
Losing a friend.
Making a choice to hold your ground to save your family. As far as last stands go, that's the one I'd pick. He picked it too.
She picked it too. Like,
I called him a brave idiot.
There's worse things to be.
yeah. What are we talking? Oh, getting Clarissa in maybe? Please?
You threatened to kill me once.
I remember that.
When the Martians reporting us.
I remember. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Even though you were gonna kill me then, now we got each other's backs, right? It's no hard feeling.
Of course.
It's about Clarissa.
We're good!
Yeah. Yeah.
She's gonna ride with us for a little while.
Yeah!
Thank you for being cool about this.
Hi.
Hi.
Peaches, come on up.
Oh, I love that. I love that he was like, he never at any point asked it. He was just like, you know, when you're trying to kill me, and I would have threatened to kill you too. We gotta choose backs. Yeah, about that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well then, that's done. We're gonna have to change that. Oh hey, important characters in the room.
This is what Marco Inaros hates.
Yes, exactly.
This is what he is afraid of.
This room right here.
All we have to do now is to turn every Belter, Martian, and Earther into this. This is how we win.
By partying. Okay, what is the cliffhanger?
We didn't destroy all of the Zemea's torpedoes.
Okay.
We missed one.
What's that one? The protomolecule.
Is it possible that the protomolecule sample was on that torpedo?
Yes.
That's how Naomi did it.
With me and don't make a fuss of it.
Oh boy.
Our ships were struck by a massive micrometeor cloud as the attack began. All three sustained significant damage.
Well then.
The rocks may have been stealth coated.
What's the transmission delay?
Almost 3 hours.
Well then, fuck everything then. Those missiles came from behind. Those missiles just straight up came from behind.
They're MCRN.
No, Mars is gonna backstab us.
You've been there in Nara's ships.
It's the Varkeith? Whoa, shit. Well then, I was gonna say, I think it was dumb to place like 3 ships only. I understand that they were damaged by the meteor like shower, but like I don't think any amount of ships could have prevented this because fucking Mars sucks. That's why. Well then, they have control over the ring gates. He's having an orgasm as people chant his name.
Why would Martians take proto-molecule through the ring after what it did on Ilus?
Because they don't give a shit.
Know something we don't.
Oh, maybe they know something we don't. That's a possibility too. Have they been experimenting, sending shit into... I suppose they could have been sending shit into the new planets off screen.
To confirm that the sample arrived safely, we are already seeing beautiful results. I'm confident that the structures are stable and, I believe, still intact. With enough time and proper equipment, I have no doubt that I will be able to decipher the control patterns.
We won't have a civilian world to cushion us if we fall.
We have to be more pure now than Mars ever was. One mind, one cause.
That's right. No more bending the rules.
Are you gonna kill her too? Just to prove that you're a super bad guy?
It's just a keepsake. Belonged to my mother.
Barkeith, you are go for transit. 3.
Wow, he sucks. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure. What the fuck are we doing? I would never touch that specific ring? Or what? Like, what happened? Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened there. I don't think anyone will possibly know what the fuck happened there. So, A, they disappeared, they were banished from existence. B, they made it through safely, they're fine. C, they got fused with the, like, shadow demons or whatever. D, I have no idea. It's probably neither of the 3 that I even think of. I have no idea what the fuck is happening. There's some kind of construction that is happening in this system. No, it's not the first time they went through that ring gate because Cortazar was on the other side, on an already existing planet, studying some bullshit. I like that Cortazar is just a tool. Like, he's not actually like a person. Because Cortazar just wants progress. He has no morals or nothing. So they just, whoever grabs him, they'll go like, hey, you can study shit. And he's like, alright. Okay. Yes, that is blue. I can confirm that that is indeed blue. Okay, I think that's the thing that I was supposed to watch. Yes, I could tell that construction was a pro-molecule construction. It's fine. But I suppose the fact that it's blue tells me that it's awakened. Or it's on. Not just dormant. You know what I fucking miss? Burn Gorman. He was cool in season 4. Fucking Owen. I feel kinda bad that I've been following the show like relatively closely for this long. Because I feel like that this is probably not the case for a lot of people, but it is for me. It kind of took away from Alex's death. Well, Alex's death was so sudden. And it wasn't like handled properly or anything. But like I know what that is. And okay, so if you haven't been following the show as closely as I have, which is to say I just get news on like my Google when I open my phone and I read some shit sometimes. And like after like season 4 ended, I had like that brief amount of time where I was like caught up. And therefore, the only way to spoil the show for me would be people that read the books. But that's not what headlines are about. So, during that brief amount of time, I was able to just like, oh, cool, Expanse news. I can read them. And that's when it like... Well, even a little bit before that, when I was doing season 4, I heard that Cass Amber had been up to no good. And people didn't know about it until they knew about it. And when they heard about it, everyone was like, all right, we're conducting an investigation and we're seeing if any of those claims are true. And then the next thing I heard was that they were like, all right, Cass Amber will not be showing up for the Expanse season 6. He will be showing up for Expanse season 5 because we already kind of filmed that, but not the 6th one. And when I heard that, well, first of all, that confirms that Cassandra had been up to no good. And the second thing is that when I heard that, I was like, all right, Alex is gonna die. And I said that on the first episode of season 5. That's kind of what I opened the episode with, I think. I was like, Alex might die this season. And nobody can tell me anything otherwise, because that reaction aired before this episode aired, because I was kind of close to release dates. So yeah, I was like, I think he's gonna fucking die, because Cass Amber had been up to no good. And even when we saw Bo and they were like, oh, I'm a good pilot, I'm like, is he gonna be the replacement? Guess what? I think he is, because they made a very like a very clear they had a very clear shot when Bo was hanging out in the pilot seat, which he was, but he was holding the cup that said Kamal on it, and I was like, oh, I think he's a replacement. I think that confirms it. And I would be down for that. I like Bull. I like this Bull. I've heard that apparently the book Bull is like better because a lot of... Okay, so Drummer is a character for the show exclusively that is like an amalgamation of multiple characters. One of them is Bull. So a little bit of Drummer... So Drummer should be like a third Bull. So Bull, I suppose, is to a degree what Drummer is, and I like that. I like Bull in general. Well, he's growing on me. That's the thing. Is that Bull seems to be this very like rough character who like doesn't give a shit, but he does. He just pretends not to because he's a rough dude. But then he's just like, yeah, whatever, sure, I'll do it. He's like, it's a tsundere. So I like if we grab this character and we just make him better. There's potential there, and I really do like that a lot. Also, well, maybe Bull won't be the replacement. Maybe Clarissa will. I don't know if Clarissa can pilot. She can pilot stuff, but I don't know if she can pilot fucking warships. Either way, we have a crew that is cool, because either Alex is dead and Clarissa comes in, or Alex is dead and Clarissa and Bull come in. Either way, I think it's cool. But like, I feel like, and I want to apologize in case somebody might have tuned into this reaction expecting me to like be like devastated over Alex dying. I was just shocked. I was mostly just shocked because first of all, it was super sudden, and second of all, because when I saw it, I was just like, oh, that's why. Because I know why he won't be showing up for season 6 now, because... And the reason why I know he dies is because, like, he probably didn't die in the books. Okay, let me know this. People that have read the books, does Alex die in the books? Like here? Don't tell me if he dies later, because that might be another character that will die later. So don't tell me that. But tell me if Alex was supposed to die at this point in the story in the books. I want to know that, because I feel like that's just like a last second. Alex died. And it's entirely because Cass Amber just did some bullshit of like behind the scenes. And when they found that out, they were like, all right, he has to go. And I don't want to talk about that. That's not what I want to focus on. Let's focus on the episode. But yes, I wasn't as emotionally stricken by that as maybe some people were, because I was aware of what was happening behind the scenes a little bit. But I can understand if some people weren't, and maybe for them it was more of a shock. Well, for me it was a shock how sudden it was. It was like halfway through the episode, even before halfway. It was like 45% through the episode. It's just like, and he had a stroke and he died, and it's like, all right, now I just have to kind of readjust and pay attention to the rest of the episode, which was it was an ordeal. It was difficult. I was like, really, just like that? I was expecting him to die at the end of the episode, not like halfway through. But I suppose they had to like slot in a death someplace in the episode that made some degree of sense. So that's what happened. And also, I suppose not only makes sense, but also like makes sense for like filming purposes, because they probably had to like refilm some scenes. If they already had filmed all of season 5, they probably had to refilm some scenes in order to readjust for that. And they probably just, the best one would have been to film a scene where he's just like sitting in like the chair and just bleeding, and there you go, and he's alone. Alex didn't have a single scene this season that wasn't with like in Mars, and then with Gunny for like 6-7 episodes now. All he's been doing is hanging out in the Screaming Firehawk with Gunny. That's the only thing he's been doing. All of his scenes were there. So, fucking Cassandra got paid for not doing much this season. And also doing some other shit behind the scenes, but we don't talk about that. Moving on. God, it would be awesome if Gunny joined the crew, but she's not. She's gonna join the Abacerola crew, which, fine, I like that. So, we have established several characters that are cool, and now they're all hanging together. And I wonder what Drummer's gonna do now that I think about it. I hope Drummer comes in and joins. I'm not sure they could join Christian, but like, what else are they going to do? The Free Navy is not seeking control of the belts, I don't think. Maybe they are, but like they're probably gonna hang out at the other side of the ring gates in some system. That's what they were saying at the end. Oh, okay. So let's talk about the end just for a second, just to go over it and see if I got everything right. Because I was told that a lot of people got confused about what happened at the end, but I think I got it right. I don't think it was that complicated. So, okay, Mars, the faction of Mars that we were kind of following a little bit, that we knew they were bad, with Lieutenant Babish and the other dude, whatever, and also other Martian people, high-ranking Martian officers. They were hanging out with Marco because Marco had the protomolecule sample and Cortazar. They got it, and then they just gave it to Mars, and the Mars was like, all right, we will help you fight if you give us this. And so they did. They made a deal. Mars got that, and then Marco and Aris had their help in the fight. They destroyed the UN forces at the ring gates, and then they just went through the ring gates. And now what they're gonna do is, I assume, so the Free Navy is probably just gonna have control over the ring gates now. So it's gonna be difficult to reclaim the ring gates for UNN forces to go through them or whatever, right? So I'm assuming the only people that are gonna be able to use the ring gates are Martians and Bolters. So what they're probably doing is that both of them are going through, like, they're like, all right, that system's yours, that system's yours, peace. And then they just believe. And then it's like, all right, Bolters, you can colonize those planets in that system. Martians, they can colonize those planets in that system. Let's fucking go. And then there you go. Earth gets nothing. Fuck you, Earth. We're gonna fucking throw asteroids. Fuck your entire planet and your economy and literally everything about everyone. And we're gonna make you unable to go to new systems anyway. Which is what everyone wanted to do. Like, because, like, after Earth fell apart, which Earth is now in, like, a state of, like, nuclear winter. I'm not sure how much of it, but a good chunk of it is really fucked up. Like, we're not going so hard into displaying how fucked up Earth is, but it must be, right? It must be super fucked up. So now, like, there were people before already that, like, were just, like, begging, let me go work, let me go colonize over the ring gates, let me go do something, because there's nothing to do on Earth, and I'm just starving on the streets, living on basic. Now they can't even do that because I assume Earth just has, like, no access to it anymore. So now it's just like, well, then fuck you. What are we doing now, right? I suppose we focus on rebuilding Earth, but, like, Earth is already fucked enough. Like, Jesus. Now Earth goes and colonizes Mars again. And then in, like, 100 years, they'll rebel from the original Earth. That's what's going to happen. Alright, fuck my life. Okay, so, Mars has control over, I wrote it down, actually. Over the Lacunian ring. The Lacunian system. They're going over that one. And, okay, when they went over the ring, it was like, what happened? Because they touched the ring, and then Dio stepped in and stopped time. He used Sawardo. And then the ghost spirit of the dark aliens started just rolling around. They were not only dark, but also red. You know, evil red. Dark and evil red, as it should be. Just started swirling around and hanging. Remember, back in season 1, I had this thing where I was like, oh, look at the Martians. Of course they use red. They're the evil ones. And I remember that people made fun of me for that. Well, a little bit. It wasn't a big deal. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense that they're red because, you know, the planet for them is red. So red is their like calm, normal color. That makes a lot of sense. So for example, and blue is like the danger one. So it's like the opposite of us. And I was like, that makes sense. That's nice. I liked a little bit of detail. Guess what? I was right all along. They're red and evil. It all came together finally. The Martians were evil all along. I know it's just a faction of them, but it's a high-ranking faction. So it might be Mars in general. Not like every civilian, but like maybe every like political and military force is actually in on it. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. But I was right all along. Fuck you. The Martians were bad. All right. I'm just making jokes. But okay. So the swirling demons of darkness or whatever started hanging out, which is what Holden sees every time he goes to a ring. A little bit, tiny bit. And I remember that the first time I saw that, I was like, was that something? Like I was confused, and it was. At the beginning of this season, at the beginning of the season, we saw the scientist lady from previous season being like, so I made like a recreation of what I saw when I fell into like the orb or whatever that happened in Ilus. And she showed that to Holden, and Holden showed that to Fred. Rest in peace, my man Fred. And man, people died this season. Fred Johnson died. Alex died. Ashford died last season, so not this one. I suppose he would have died this book, wouldn't he? Because I think book 4 was just Ilus, and part of like the drama of previous season that wasn't on Ilus should have been in book 5. I think that's what I was told. So yeah, a lot of people dying on this. Well, Alex probably didn't die. Well, people dying anyway. Naomi also died. I would have been more fucked up if Naomi had died, but she didn't, and I'm glad for that. So they were like really dragging it because like Naomi was just like floating in space, and we had this like super close shot of her face, slowly losing oxygen and just like crying. And she's like, sorry, I called you an idiot. And it was like sad and everything. And it just kept going for like 30 seconds. And I was like, no, please don't, no. And then just feel like a bong. And then I was like, Naomi, hang out. I'm going to give you oxygen. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that. Of course. They can just take a back suit, or like the power armor in this case, just fly towards her with like an oxygen tank and be like, I got you, girl. And that won't trigger the detonations because it's not a ship. So then just manually carry you back to the Screaming Farhawk. Done. Easy. I didn't even think about that. But I suppose they were like emotionally preparing you for Alex's death, which was weird. Because it really was just a matter of like, oh my god, is Naomi dying? Oh my god, is she dying? Oh my god, she's crying. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, she's safe. Thank god. Alex? Oh, he's dead. He had a stroke. Anyway, back to Marco. Alright. God, I hate whenever people chant Marco Inaris' name. I do hate that. Like, fuck that bitch. Fuck this mug-ass bitch. I hate Marco Inaris. I'm glad Naomi's safe. I'm glad Naomi's okay. I think Bull is a new... Like, okay, so half the episode was like wrap-up, wasn't it? yeah, it was like the entire struggle ended in like halfway through the episode after we saved Naomi. Yeah, okay, so Drummer came in clutch at the end. She saved the Rosie. We appreciated that. So, okay, at the beginning we saw that. So, they realized, oh shit, we fell in a trap. Alex, go and get Naomi anyway, which is clearly a trap. And they were like, Roger, let's do it. It was like, it was a little bit stupid, but I suppose they would rather risk their lives in like a dumb attempt to maybe possibly save someone instead of not at all, which I appreciate. But so Drummer came in clutch at the end because they were supposed to be part of the armed forces that destroyed the Rosinante. And Drummer decided last second, fuck that. I'm killing this bitch. Well, she didn't kill her. She just pointed a gun at her. And then she used missile control to fire onto one of the, I think it was the Soda or whatever, another one of the ships that were hanging out on the fleet that was supposed to take out the Rosie. So then the Rosie's like, wait, they're fighting on it. What is happening? All right, sure, guys, let's fucking fire now. Let's take advantage of the situation. And then they started fighting. Then, so one of Drummer's people, the dude that I don't like, the skinny and super tall dude, with like he doesn't have a mohawk, but it's like he doesn't have like sides, he only has like top or whatever. That dude, who has proven to be a little bit of an asshole before, just like, we have to do this is the right thing to, fuck you. So that dude actually tries to save Marco Narcissus lady. I forgot her name, Kala, something like that. Can I check that again? Someplace here. Let me check the some X-ray. Show me the X-ray. Carl. Okay, Carl. Okay, so Carl. Carl. Yeah, Carl. So the dude helps Carl, and Drummer is like, okay, so they turn to Davis and Drummer, but then another lady from Drummer's family, she comes in and she just hits Carol in the back of the head or whatever with like a fire extinguisher or some shit, and then she just dies. Carol just instantly dies. I don't know if she hit her. Let me see that again. Did she hit her in the head with the fire extinguisher, or did it hit her and push her into like a pipe? Okay, so it hit her in like the back of the head, and then she fell onto a pipe, and then she just like hit herself in the head with the pipe and died instantly. Okay, that's some fucking blunt force, I suppose. Like, that must have been a really rough hit for that to have happened. But sure. So she just died instantly, and it's cool. And then Drummer is like, hey, we saved Rosie, cool. Rosie Nantes is Drummer. Just proceed, you're safe. Cool. Then we have this whole situation where Drummer's family is essentially splitting. And I like that they're splitting, actually. I was expecting, like, Drummer to just be left alone, but she's not. And I like that she's not. I like that there are people that agree with her. Because that's just something really cool. After they saw that dude died, what was his name? So, because the insurance, Mark Renarson's insurance works is you give him a member of his team, he gives you a member of his team. He gives you a member of his team, you give him a member of your team. And then if something happens, then fuck that person, we're killing them. So that's what he did. And I like the way he worded it. He was like, all right, tell me where this dude is. And then he called him and he was like, all right, dude, I need to send a message to Drummer. Come in here to help me out. And he's like, Roger, I'm going to do that. It's like, no, that's like the most like, I need to send a message. That's like the most evil shit. But the dude didn't understand that. He was like, oh, he wants my help to send a message. It's probably like a happy birthday or something. I'll go in there. Anyway, he went there, he got space, and then they got to see it. And after they saw it, they decided, let's leave or let's stick together. And I like that it pretty much split in half a little bit. So, well, we saw like 5 people. I don't remember how many people we had in the original family. But here we have 5 people. So, drummer, what was the name of the other lady? Axala or something like that? Axana? Let me x-ray. Oksana. There you go. Sarash's the dude that died. Okay. So, Oksana, drummer, Joseph, Michio, and Bertold. So Bertold is the dude that sucks. Oksana decides to split as well and go with Bertold because Oksana feels betrayed. Because drummer promised her that she wouldn't do anything stupid, and then she did anyway. And at that point, Oksana feels like she was betrayed, or that maybe she doesn't matter too much. So she decides to join Marco again. I'm not sure if they're going to join Marco again. Maybe not. Maybe they're not going to join Marco again. I would assume they would, but maybe they won't. Maybe they're just going to split. Maybe they're just breaking up. But I think they would be joining up again. So they're deciding to leave, and I'm assuming the reason why she's deciding to leave is not as much as like, this is what we do, this is what we need to do in order to survive. That was the initial assessment. But I think now it's just like, you betrayed my feelings, so now I'm leaving. Like, we don't have anything anymore, so goodbye. Like, that's what I'm assuming is essentially happening here. So Oksana is leaving because of that. Bertold is leaving because he's a fuck. But Joseph and Michio are staying. And I like that they made like a clear effort of showing me like Joseph be like, I'm staying. Because one thing is just sitting there in the background and not saying anything, but another thing is having a character that's just like, no, I'm staying. Because like that means that this character actually agrees with drummer's actions. Or at the very least agrees that Marco Inaros is a fuck and we shouldn't do this. So I like that they're actually just drawing the lines and being like, no, this is what I agree with. And this is where the split happens. And there's an actual split with these two characters. So that creates conflict for later between this split family. And yeah, we're probably going to see them again later next season. So I should probably try to remember their names. Michio, Joseph, Oksana, and Bertold. Maybe I should try to remember them. I'm gonna forget everything by the time season 6 airs, but I'm gonna try. I promise I will try. So yeah, I like that. I wonder what drummer's gonna do. I wonder if she's gonna hang out with Christian. I doubt she'll do that. But they're probably just gonna do some off the grid shit, builder shit, and hopefully Marco won't get them. But there you go. Monica with the big brain, she was like, hey, one of the things that the fucking, what's the name of the fucking ship? I think it was the Samaya. I kept calling the Samaya the ship the Naomi was in, but I don't think that was it. I think the Samaya is the one that blew up with the paramolecule, quote unquote. But it didn't. So they shot the paramolecule in one of the missiles that just didn't hit the Rosie because that wasn't the point. They were just sending it as a delivery mechanism, and it wasn't until like this very second where they revealed it. I have to say, somebody like commented in one of the videos being like, if you look closely at one of the missiles, you realize that there's something to it, or something like that. And I remember reading that, and I was like, all right, the brown molecule left in a missile. Just straight up remember that, just instantly. So let this be like, I suppose not a warning, but like let this be like a message for future comments to be like, hey, don't casually spoil things in the comments, even though you're not telling me the answer. If you point at me at a wall and being like, hey, the answer is right there, where before I wouldn't know where to look, then that reduces my cone of vision, and I'm like, all right, then there you go, it's the wall. Like, so don't do that again. well, people are gonna do it anyway. Like at a certain point, after your channel grows big enough, not that mine hasn't, not that mine has, but like whenever it does, I know that like big channels probably don't even check comments anymore because it's just full of people just spoiling shit left and right. There will inevitably reach a point where I'm going to be watching a show and someone is just going to drop like a fat spoiler on me. Just like, yo, I can't wait until he reaches that part. And I'm just like, and that will be the moment that I'll just stop reading comments altogether. Yeah, hopefully that won't happen, but Jesus. Okay, what else sort to talk about? It's getting late and I'm kind of hungry, so for how long have we been doing this review? Not that I'm done, but okay, we can keep going for a little bit more. Eric, well, what is Eric going to be doing? Eric said he was probably going to head off to some like other planets to colonize. We can't do that anymore. So I don't know what he's going to be doing. He's going to be working on Luna or some shit. Maybe he'll join the Rosie too. Fuck it. Just the Rosie's going to be like a 10-person crew. Get Gunny in there too. Get Monica in there too. Fuck it. I wonder what Monica's gonna be doing. That's the thing, right? Like, the entire climate of everything changed. Like, the entire system changed now. Earth got rocked. Earth is fucked. Mars is hostile. The belts are partially hostile. Maybe not entirely, but whatever, right? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what will we be doing in the future? I don't know. So I'm wondering and worrying for all of these characters. Oh, dude, the scene where Amos walks in and he's like, "Hey, Cap, remember that time that you were like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you? Do you mean that?" And he was like, "Yeah." At the time, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you." But a lot happened since then. And Amos was like, "Yeah, right? You were gonna shoot me, and then you decided not to, and now we're like best buds, and we got each other's back, right?" Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, so no hard feelings about that. Someone trying to kill you, right?" Yeah. Alright, thanks, Captain. Anyway, yo, Peaches, come over here. And then she walks in and just like, "Alright, hi." Just walks in, no problem. And I hold on, it's like, what the she the crazy bitch to try to kill me? Like, during that's the crazy bitch that caused the ring gates and try to kill me. Like, Clarissa was the person that caused the ring gates to like the expense to happen. Because that happened because the Rosie went in there with like proto molecule and like triggered it or something. Well, no, is that what happened? I don't remember very clearly, but like yes, the Rosie went in there and like a lot of, Miller and yeah, sure, the main characters wouldn't have been in the ring gates if it weren't for fucking Clarissa trying to blow them up, right? So there you go. So yeah, and Clarissa just walks in and she's like, "Alright, I'm gonna be tagging along." I love the Clarissa's here. I love Clarissa. I love Clarissa now. She's like one of the best characters in the show right now. Oh, by the way, I was wondering, and let me know, would anyone be interested in me doing like a live stream where I just talk about The Expanse? And like I reply to your questions in real time and shit like that. Would anyone be interested in that? Because I know that some channels do that kind of thing, and I think that would be fun. I've been streaming on Twitch lately, twitch.tv/HaaruteWink, but I would be down to doing like a stream on this channel on YouTube, just like talking about some of these shows. And if anyone has like questions to give me of like, "Hey, what are your favorite characters?" or some stuff like that, I would be able to just like answer you in real time. That would be fun. But like, I need to know if there will be an audience for it, right? Otherwise, it would be a little bit boring. But I would be down to do that. Anyway, I love Clarissa. I love that she's in here. Then, okay, so everyone's hanging out with Avasarala. Like Amos, Naomi, Holden, Gunny, Monica, Avasarala. Like everyone's together. And I like that Avasarala has this moment of like, this right here, this is what Marco hates. And she's like, every like Earther and Martian and Belter, like this is what we should do. And it's like this sense of like unity, understanding, you know, mutual prosperity, a common purpose, a common goal of peace. And I like that she's like, this is what Marco Inaros hates. Everything about this room, everything here, everyone here. And I thought that was kind of neat. But then they went and did some fucked up shit about the ring gates. All right, so on the other side of the ring gates, specifically the Lacunian ring, there's a planet somewhere there what Cortazar is hanging out in, and apparently he got the pro molecule sample, and they've been doing some dumb shit. And we saw like a thing on the sky, and I think that was also the thing that we see right here at the end. That is like glowing, starts glowing. So something got activated, like in Illus. Illus got activated because of the pro molecule. Some shit is happening in fucking in whatever planet this is, or the Lacunian ring, Lacunian system maybe. And there's some kind of construct happening and being triggered by the pro molecule again. And maybe that has to do with like all the shadow demons that we saw when the Martian ship went through it. And I don't know if they are alive, dead, or assimilated into the great shadow entity. So yeah, we don't know anything about that. Yeah, that's about it. I think that is that sum up the episode? Is that about it? I wonder how many did they have to, okay, I wonder. I can just Google shit, can I? Alex Kamal. God, if you write Alex Kamal, you get death first all. So I'm glad I didn't Google that shit. I hate whenever you like wiki a character and you see Alex Kamal was a veteran name. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. Just fucking. You don't. It's like an information central. You don't have to like speak in past tense. Fictional characters live forever. Okay, season 5. This generic section is a stuff. Oh, damn it. Can I get appearances? Okay, there's like a whole argument happening in the fucking comments of this wiki article. I'm not gonna touch that. Oh my god, I'm looking at like the book version of Alex. I like this book version of Alex. He's like more burly, looks more rough, looks like he had a life. I like this version of Alex, the book version of Alex. Oh, dude, the book version of Naomi. I want to see what, because I think like the book version of Naomi had like this long hair that covered like her entire face. I love that. I love that if that's the case. Okay, so Illus, Nemesis games. Yeah, okay. So I don't think he dies where he's supposed to die in the books. I didn't read anything. I just read like the title of the sections he was in. And I saw that there's another one after Nemesis games, and I was like, alright, I don't think he dies. God, he's just deceased stroke. Like, yeah, the way he died, it was like way too like out of nowhere. But I understand why. God, everyone is just talking about it. Just like that was complex. That was like rough. So yeah, sure. So here's the thing. I am down for him to not be on the show anymore. I don't care if that is the reason why he's not in. I don't actually mind. And I'm sorry if like some people might be able to just like completely like separate the character from the person. I'm down to like kick a bad actor. I'm down to do that. Like I don't mind that. So, and because like I already like thought that they were gonna do it and thought he was gonna die, so it didn't hit me that hard. But it was just shocking because it was just so out of nowhere. But that's like the only way they could have done it. Because if they already filmed the season, then at the last second they had to like change everything and be like, he died. Sure. Then, alright then. But, man. It sucks that this... So you know what it sucks? It sucks that this is like the first like major main character death. Because it doesn't feel like it has the impact that it should have. Right? At least I don't think it feels like it has it. Because of the nature of why he was kicked out. So, you know. I hope I was about to say I hope someone else dies and it's handled better and I get to feel the emotions because of it. But no, actually don't kill anyone. It's fine. Don't kill any of my characters. I would have been real upset if Naomi had died. So I'm glad she didn't. Alright. Is that it for this episode? And this season? And the Expanse in general until season 6 airs? Maybe. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm liking a lot of characters that initially I wasn't feeling too great about. So, like, for example, Monica, I like her. Fucking Clarissa, I love her. Bull, pretty chill. I like Bull. Well, the thing about Bull is that he's a rough character. So, Holden is literally just like, don't call them like that. Don't call them like slurs in this ship. We have to respect them. Because it's not about like this like class war or like this race war. It's just like, dude, chill. It's this dude that we have a thing against. But it's not like their entirety of those people. And Bull... And it seems that Bull is like, alright, yeah, you're right. Like, he's not saying it, but he's like very quick to just be like, okay, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then you see like the moment where he like went to say skin is, and then he like stopped himself and he was like, belters. Like he's in real time rearranging his vocabulary to be more okay, be more chill. So I think this character has a lot of potential, Bull. And I don't know if he's going to be a new pilot, but I think he will be because of that one shot when he's grabbing the cup that says Kamal and it's him and he's sitting in the pilot seat. And I'm just like, all right, I think that tells me who's it going to be. All right, so then there you go. That dude, that Martian dude at the end, I don't remember his fucking name. That dude is an asshole. Just like, we're going to have to be more strict about rules now because we're going to have to be more pure because now if you lose any if we're going to be hanging out on like new planets that have nothing, nowhere to just fall back on, then as soon as you're cut loose or being dismissed or discharged or whatever, that is essentially a death sentence. So we're going to have to be a lot more strict with the way we do things. And he's like, for example, that bracelet. Is that part of the uniform? And she's like, no, it's a memento from my dead mother. And he's like, give it to me. And she's like, okay. And it's like, wow, you suck. You people suck. He sucks more than anyone. Maybe he will be dead. Maybe he had died. Maybe he got consumed by the shadow demons. So we'll see what that is about. So at the end, we do see like a bunch of clouds and space, and then you see like the construct or whatever glowing blue on space. I think that it's like right. Well, the thing about it is, what is all this like clouds or smoke that we see before it? Is that like literally just like we were at the planet and we're like slowly panning through space, and like it's the cameras going through the clouds of the planet until we get to space and we see the construct? Is that what it is? Anyway, some dumb alien shit might happen next season, which I hope. I hope for dumb alien shit to happen. That's like my favorite part about the show. Whenever we just start going crazy with like, what now? What about the unknown? So yes, we'll see what happens in the Expanse season 6 whenever that happens. So yeah, I think that will be it for this discussion. This season, this everything. And again, if you check the Patreon right now, there should be a new reaction series that started. I'm not sure which one, but something new must be there. So check that out in case there might be something cool that you like, maybe not. And the other thing, again, I wanted to bring up is the fact that let me know, like actually write down and let me know if you would be down to have like an Expanse live stream where I just talk about it. And you people ask me questions, and we derail, and I just talk about dumb shit, and we hang out like that. It won't be nothing serious. It won't be nothing serious at all. We're just gonna do some dumb shit together. But let me know if you would be into that. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching The Expanse with me. This episode, this entire series, because even though it's not done yet, we're done for now. and it will be a while before we come back. But yes, thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to The Expanse. If you would like to see some other new mystery show that I'm starting, check out the Patreon. We have early access full length for all of The Expanse 2. It's already there. Check out the links in the description for that, social media, everything else. I'll see you guys. Goodbye. Take care.